Morning, everybody. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. That's me. I'm the Famous Cartoonist. My name is Art Baltazar, and this is still morning. According to Chicago time, we have 19 minutes left, 20 minutes left of the morning, so I made it under the wire. The music you're hearing in the background is from my son, Gordon Baltazar. It's on SoundCloud. There's a link in there if you want to listen to it. Mark Van Slyke is here. Good morning, Mark. Brian Petrosky, my cousin. Morning, cuz. Derek Richardson's here. Good morning, Mr. Baltazar. Derek Richardson's amigo guy. He's a good man. I wore a cravat for you guys today. Or is it an ascot? Either way, looks pretty good. Very comfortable. It caresses the neck. It enhances my face. And it feels good. I'm also drinking out of the vintage Speedy Gonzalez mug. Unlike the other 2 days, this is my first cup of coffee. I just made it, and it's tasting beautiful. It's very lovely, very warm, and it's doing the job thus far. Some of you may have seen I was on late last night with my brother, my friend, Franco. We were drawing. We were drawn into the wee hours of the night. Not very wee. I always wonder where's that wee moment in the night where you can say I'm in the wee hours of the night. Is it past 10? Is it past 11? Is it 2 in the morning? But we entered the wee hours. I know it was wee because I felt it. So I was drawn till about 2 last night, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock, which is pretty good. So I have not quite vampire hours, but I do have late night, definitely late night. What do you call them? Late night morning hours. We restarted Gordy's music. So I gotta have something behind me, you know. There's a lot of activity going on in my house right now. People have 1 more week of school. The people upstairs. And they are Zoom calling. They are Zooming. They're all on their laptops, and my older son is dancing in the kitchen, so I'm down here. That's why I need music. So this way you guys will just think it's my sick thumping beats rather than noise coming from the upstairs. The first swig for the working man. Oh, that's so good. Brian Petrosky says he loves my Speedy Gonzalez mug. Yeah, this mug has been with me longer than most things. And I had the last few days, I had an Aya Comics mug, which you can get on threadless.com, or I followed a link above here. But I reached this one. This one holds the most. It's giant. It's as big as my head. And I love this mug so much. This mug not only feels like one of my children, but it feels like one of my best friends who's been with me through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. What would be better, thin or thick? Might be better to go through the thick stuff, because there's always something to do when it's thick. But when it's thin, everybody's hungry, you know? I've been through a lot of those thick moments. Oh, many of those thin moments where you have $6 for the week, and what should I do? And the weekend's coming, and you're doomed. You have $6, and it's Friday. What do you do? What I would do is I would go see Pulp Fiction every Friday. I go to the matinee show and go see Pulp Fiction. I saw that probably about 30 times until it was no longer in theaters. And I would just go all the time. It was so cool. Take a swig. That little Pulp Fiction sentence got me out of breath. So you guys are saying, Scott Smith's here. Hello, Scott Smith. Past 1 is the we zone. See, now I know. Now I have a unit of measure I could see. A unit of a time element that I would go into if I could go past 1. I'm in the we zone. Now, when does the we zone end? About 4? Is it based on McDonald's breakfast hours? Because I know one time I was coming home late. I think it was White Castle even. Something that you know that's open 24 hours. And I went through the drive-thru at like 3 in the morning, and they wanted to give me burgers. They wanted to give me breakfast. I'm like, I don't want breakfast. I want to go home and do this. You know, it's not very rare where I'm driving home somewhere, and I want food at 3 in the morning because I'm in that zone. I'm in the we zone. So that's just what happens. D. Brad said he saw the end of the live stream last night. The commercial was fun to see. Yeah, we made a little, Franco made it. Franco made a little 10-second oh yeah, comics commercial. The logo pops up. Bing! It's really fun. And Franco and Johnny, Yoko Chips, are getting really into, they're fighting video and stuff and programs to do some cool stuff or to please the fans. And meanwhile, I have to keep plugging away at my comics. I have to cough right now. Hold on. But that was real. It wasn't COVID cough. Don't worry, it's just morning. I should have went off camera. It's all right, I'm back. But Johnny and Yoko Chips or Franco are fighting all these cool programs and sound things and devices and video things that they're making all kinds of cool stuff and learning how to get their videos out there and using YouTube and Facebook as platforms and viewing platforms, and it's really cool to see what they're doing. And every night I talk to these guys, you know, usually once or 2-3 times a week at night, but mostly I have to keep drawing, and I'm probably sick of me. Yeah, we know you want to finish by June, and I did all the pages. I don't know if that's going to happen, but 1 or 2 publishers will be very happy. But in the meantime, I keep getting more stuff, which is kind of good and bad. It's not bad. It's good. It's just juggle. It's juggle worthy. It's like you're juggling apples and someone throws you a banana. All right, now put that in there. It's bad when they throw you a watermelon, you know. You're juggling fruit and all of a sudden, oh, no, watermelon. You know, coconut, you got to go slow. You got to go grape and then orange and maybe coconut, grapefruit, you know, stuff like that. But you throw you a banana and it doesn't fit right. I don't know what that means. It's a swig for the working man. I see Eric C. Martin's here too, man. Take a swig. I see Andrew Clark here. Take a swig. Andrew agrees Pulp Fiction is great. Yeah, Pulp Fiction probably is, I would go, it probably is my #1 favorite movie of all time. I'm going to say that. Yeah, I'll admit to that. Many movies might take the 1.2 spot, 1.3, 1.5, but Pulp Fiction edges them out to me everywhere. Acting, directing, story, cinematography, the love for the movie, the nostalgia, the words, the lines, the dialogue, the action. I just love it so much that it really changed me as a creator. And it came out at the time where I was making Crybaby comics. So it really, really influenced me in a lot of different ways. I really love it. And Eric C. Martin says, hey, yeah, we said, ooh, the Speedy mug is back. Yeah, it is back. It holds more coffee. And when I do the other mug, my talks, to me, not for you guys, but to me, after a half an hour, they end because I'm out of coffee. Well, this one I could chug away, and I still have lots of coffee in there. And I love it. I'm drinking it. Area Arnell says swig. Yeah, man, take a swig. I think the comments are getting away from me. Let me see what you guys are saying. Who would win? Scott Smith wants to know who would win in a race between Flash and Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez. Yeah, he would win. I'm thinking about this. Because he has those words, arriba, arriba, andale, andale. I bet if he says that faster, he could break any speed force that the Flash could give him. Yeah, it'd be Speedy Gonzalez. That's my final answer. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Eric C. Martin disagrees. He says it's the Flash. Okay. But what about Flash and Kid Flash? Kid Flash is a little speedier, a little younger. It's like a 19-year-old trying to race a 35-year-old. I think the 19-year-old would win. So Kid Flash. Maybe Kid Flash and Speedy Gonzalez is the real challenge. Now, what if Speedy Gonzalez had a little child, and they were really fast, a little mouse baby? Speedy Gonzalez, baby Gonzalez. Now, what would happen there? That baby would be super fast. Because remember that cartoon with the cars, where the taxi cab had a baby, him and his wife had a baby, and they had a hot rod baby, and they wanted to raise him as a taxi, but he couldn't catch that little kid because he was so fast. He was the fastest car ever because he was tiny and small and young and energetic. Well, that's what would happen with Speedy Gonzalez if Speedy Gonzalez had a baby. So I'm still going with Speedy Gonzalez. Plus, he's from Mexico or southern Texas. Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez. Let's see. Let's see, Eric. See, I burned out on Pulp Fiction, but no question. Yeah, man, I get it. And you watch something too much, but then what happened with Pulp Fiction was everyone tried to copy and make movies that were like that. It's kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars showed up, and all of a sudden, the next summer, there were sci-fi movies. It was Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica. There was Close Encounters. Then E.T. came from that. All of that stuff. It starts a genre. But Pulp Fiction, man, I still watch that movie at least once a year. Sometimes when it was on Netflix, I would watch it once a week for like 2 months. And then Scott Smith said, Pulp Fiction? I'm never going to see that. I like that. That's a oh yeah comics joke. Oh yeah podcast. That's what I say. usually when I say I'm never going to see something, it's true. I don't care. My wife was telling me about something yesterday, a movie she saw, and it's I forget what movie it was. It was a horror movie, but it was bad. It was just kind of junky. But they were watching it. It was one of the movies they were watching over the weekend, but I wasn't interested. It wasn't on my baseball day. It was probably Saturday when I'm in and out and walking or going up and down the stairs, getting coffee and getting sandwiches, and I kept working all day. Well, when I stumbled upon them watching the movie, it was a bunch of cosplayers. I think it was called Murder Hotel. I think that, but it was a bunch of cosplayers who had a party at a hotel, and then they get picked off one by one. But when they said that was it, I'm like, okay. Well, so she started telling me about it yesterday, and she started telling me, and then she was starting to tell me the end, and then she goes, oh, but I don't want to tell you that. I don't want to spoil it. I'm like, you could tell me. I'm never going to see that. I'm never, ever going to watch it, and I know I never will. So she told me, but I'm not going to tell you because you guys might want to see that. If it's anything like that Banana Splits movie, I'm never going to watch anything that's in that radius ever. It ruined my month. That was a swig. That was the post-swig announcement. Let's see, Eric C. At one point, it was my favorite. Yeah, but what trumped it? What overrode the Pulp Fiction? Because if it just made you, if you just got tired of it and nothing rose to the top, then it still is your favorite movie. Can't argue that. Pulp Fiction and Speedy Gonzalez. Those are my answers. Derek Rich said 1.2. Oh, 12. Is it 1.2? Yeah, 1.2 had better be Star Wars, or I will be disappointed. Yeah. It's more like a 1.1. It's real close. It's touching. I'm going to go with Star Wars. It has to be. Star Wars, okay, here's how it would probably be. Star Wars was probably the favorite because I saw that when I was 8. I saw Pulp Fiction when I was about 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there. 27 maybe. So Star Wars, yes, that's been my favorite movie longer. It has to be. Maybe as an adult, Pulp Fiction, but as an all-time life, it has to be Star Wars. But then the next summer, Superman movie came out. So you got Star Wars here. Here, I'll go right here. Star Wars. Here it is. Star Wars comes out. Then Superman the movie stands up and gets in line right next to it. Stands up and touches shoulder to shoulder. And then Empire Strikes Back comes out. Shoulder to shoulder again. But they're all kind of like, not even shoulder to shoulder. These movies are mingling. They're mingling together. Nobody knows who's in line first. It's kind of like waiting for concert tickets. I was here at 4 in the morning. Well, I just got here now. And then you don't know you're there. And then Indiana Jones shows up. Bing! Is he number one? So they're all together. So Star Wars has to be the favorite. Superman, Empire, Indiana Jones. So that all mingled there. And that all created me and prepared me for the next guy in line who's going to get in line for concert tickets, and it's going to be Pulp Fiction. So Pulp Fiction showed up, and all these other movies says, wow, you're a different movie. You have swearing in it, and you're saying lots of words that we can't say, and you're shooting people. Well, we shoot people. Every one of these movies shoot maybe Superman. Yeah, they shoot at him. So yes, there is gun violence in all of these movies. So gun violence did not influence me or did not mess with me. Not like I won't get into today's situation. But so Pulp Fiction entered that room with these Star Wars, Superman, Empire, Indiana Jones, and Pulp Fiction. They're all there together. They're all in the same room together. So the number one spot is very crowded. But once you're in that number one spot, you can't get out. You're in there. You're in the room. You have the ticket. You're in there. It just depends on who wakes up first to get in line first, but they're all in there together. I hope that explained it. Star Wars definitely has the biggest influence because there's toys all over my house. There's drawings all over the place, and they made me who I am. And anytime I watch those movies, the more and more I watch those Star Wars movies, any of the Star Wars movies, even the Clone Wars series, I can't help but feel that the Siths and the dark side and the separatists in the Clone Wars, they have the right idea. Like every time I hear the Emperor talk, I'm like, yeah, you got it. It would be easier if we just let you do everything. And the separatist army with the robots, why not let them take over? Obviously, they have lots of money to build robots, and they're very organized. But the rebels, they're not even rebels yet. In the Clone Wars, they're the Republic. They're very cruel because they raise people to be expendable. So they're allowing lives to die. In Clone Wars, they're allowing lives to die just to satisfy their peaceful terms, which is kind of weird because they're trying to rule the galaxy, bring peace to it by creating artificial humans to sacrifice in battle. Which the Separatist army are all the leaders on different planets with their own little armies protecting a smaller group of leaders who have a different idea of thinking, who are trying to rule with robots. But the robots, they go there to intimidate. They usually hold back fire. They usually take prisoners first. But if you allow the robots, okay, don't hurt us, they usually don't. That's what I'm looking at. Until the clones come, and then there's a big fight. And then they ruin the planet. So, if you just allow these separatist armies just to, I don't know. But I think the separatist armies have more care for for life. Because they're going to rule the planet and help the people. They're not going there to kill the people and wipe them out. They're going there to take it over. It's a different. I know it's evil. It's bad government. It's empire, but I can't get past the Jedis and the cloning of a human to sacrifice them. When the humans, the clones on the Clone Wars TV show, are now gaining personality and they're gaining independence. They're giving themselves names. Oh, what's your number? My real name is 85674, but you call me Zach. You're like, oh, hey Zach. What's your name? I'm TK244, but call me Alan. You know? And Alan and Zach, they got tattoos and they got haircuts and goatees, and they're like, this is weird. And then there's a few clones on the show who found out, one guy mind was awakened, and he said, you guys are a bunch of slaves doing the bidding of people, and you're expendable. Your life is more valuable. Like, yes. And then I saw another episode. The last episode I saw was one of the clones defected, and he established a family on another planet. And then the monsters came, or the monsters, the Republic. See how I call them monsters? The Republic with their Jedi, and the Separatists came with their robots, and they all fought. Now they wanted to get this clone guy back into their army, but he goes, no, I'm free. He says, you know, you broke the law, you defected. He goes, but let the guy do what he wants to do. He fell in love, and he fell in love with a pink lady who didn't wear a lot of clothes. That's kind of weird, too. The women on her are very sexy, which is fine, but when they're super sexy, I don't know, maybe it's the Twi'leks they're called. They don't like to wear clothes. And even Ahsoka Tano wears a halter top. I think she should wear a jacket, because she was cold. I didn't know it until the one episode they had to freeze the ship to get rid of the snakes, and she didn't have clothes on. I'm like, she's wearing underwear. She's wearing a halter top. Where's her coat? And the other Jedis had long robes, and how come she don't get that? Maybe later she does. But it's a very interesting point of view, as Obi-Wan would say, that is the Republic good, or are they evil? And the more and more I listen to it, I think Darth Vader had the way. In the last episode, he choked that Polgar Lesser. He choked him and threw him against the wall. But he did that out of anger, and the guy wasn't giving him information. But that's kind of like, it worked. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to the dark side right now. But I'm just watching. I'm saying this as an observer. Not as I guess it's an opinion, but it's not. I'm not taking a side. I'm looking at this, wondering, what is it telling our future? What is it telling the kids? I know that this show is for Star Wars fans, which is great. And it is for Star Wars fans. I love the show. It's doing so much for the Star Wars lore. And I watched more of season 2. I watched where they froze the worms, and it was mind control with the Hive Queen. That was really cool. But I'm wondering, like, when a clone's in trouble, the only ones who care about the clones are the other clones. My brotherhood. But then they die, and then the Jedis, they don't care. So it's really weird. But when a robot dies, and when the robots die, they scream, oh no, and they get sliced. So they have feelings too. They know they're gonna die and be destroyed, but they don't feel it, I guess, because the robot, they don't have nerve endings, but the Grievous does, and they could make their army stronger if they implanted, like Grievous obviously has some an organic brain, because you see his eyes and his heart and all that. Like, if they put that into the robots, imagine how much more powerful they'd be. Because if they lose a limb, they could attach another one. So, I don't know. I think the Separatists have more appreciation for life than the Jedis do. I really do. And they don't want to attach. They don't want to attachment or love, and that's kind of weird. But the Separatists, they don't need to worry about that, because they're just building robots. If those people die, it doesn't hurt their feelings. They just make more guys. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird what I'm watching. Okay, let's see. That got me on a rant. Jennifer Wilcox, I bet that's Garrett. Hey, swig for Garrett. I'm here. What's up? What's up, Garrett? Eric C. Martin says, I saw it in the theater twice. The audience reactions were classic. Oh, for Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I used to see Pulp Fiction at the Chicago, the Bruin View. They had it at the Bruin View where it was like Rocky Horror Picture Show where you go there and you talk to the screen and it's real loud. And at that point, you were able to smoke cigars in the theater and drink beer and have food. And it was a great time. I used to love the Bruin View. And they had Quentin Tarantino night in that place where they showed all the movies. They showed True Romance, then they showed Reservoir Dogs, and then they showed Pulp Fiction. I'm out of breath again. I'm good. But that was they had the Quentin Tarantino triple theater night or something. And they would watch that, and I would go several times to watch that, and that was really fun. And they also did that with Batman movies, the Tim Burton ones. They had Batman and then Batman Returns and then Batman Forever. We watched all those in there too. That was real fun. But you could bring, or you could buy food. They had food and they had beers and you could smoke cigars. And it was really weird, crazy place. I don't know if it's there anymore. Was it the Vic Theater? No, it's called the Bruin View. It might be in the Vic Theater, but it was called Bruin View in Chicago. I don't know if that's there anymore. I haven't been, man, since 30 years. Yeah, 30 years ago I was 21. So I was there about 20 years ago. I'm 51 now, so 41, 31. Yeah, that would have been 21. No, I was there probably around 20 years ago. Something like that. See what you guys are saying. Man, I go on these rants. You're going to say, you're not going to look at Star Wars ever the same. Especially when you look at that Emperor and Anakin scene when they're watching the play. The Emperor feels so right now. Like, man, one man's vision could change everything. But I guess they're trying to say he's like Hitler, so I don't know if this thinking... maybe I would join. I don't know. Let's see. Seems easier. All right. Garrett says, I have a Zoom right now. I'll be back. Yeah, man, my kids are Zooming now, too, so I apologize for my timing. But also, when my video's over, you could go watch it again. I'm sorry if you don't interact, but it's still cool to hear me talk. If you're here to hear me talk while you work, it's the same thing. So you can rewind it and hear it again. D. Brad says, I can't stay long. I have a Zoom art class. Oh, he has a Zoom. D. Brad and Garrett both have Zoom art class. I'm going to design a giant monster poster today. You're going to design giant monster posters. That's awesome. Arnell says, wants to know, can Impulse be part of that race with Speedy Gonzalez, Kid Flash, Impulse? Yeah, right? Impulse was faster than Wally, wasn't he? Because he was much younger and he's from the future and it's in his DNA? So Impulse and the son or daughter of Speedy Gonzalez. That would be the fastest creatures on Earth. But Speedy Gonzalez does not have children, what we know of. So, if he did, they would be able to beat Impulse. But I don't think he does. So Impulse might be in the lead right now. Impulse may beat Speedy Gonzalez. Or it'd be real, real close. Because I know Speedy, if he got more streamlined and got rid of the hat and the scarf and wore like a wetsuit, he'd probably dust him. Imagine Speedy Gonzalez in a Flash outfit. That would be it. That's the only way to beat Impulse. Speedy Gonzalez in a Flash outfit. That would do it. Speedy Gonzalez would win then, but only then. Impulse would edge him out if Speedy wore the hat and the scarf and the floppy clothes. Mario says, morning, Art. It all depends on who's writing it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about the Flash race. If I'm writing it, see, I just wrote it right now with you guys. Speedy Gonzalez would win. Would have flashed it. If Mark Waid wrote it, it would be Barry Allen, you know? We'll take care of that. We should have pitched that. I should have pitched that to DC. They were doing that crossover. That would have been a cool... I'm surprised no one did that. My idea for that Hanna-Barbera Warner Brothers thing was Gorilla Grodd and Magilla Gorilla. And I wanted Gorilla Grodd to be stuck in Mr. People's pet shop where Magilla Gorilla became the leader of Gorilla City. Well, mind control. That would have been cool. They would have all been doing the Magilla, the dance, and they would all been going. Blue, blue. That would have been a cool story. And I also had a story for Peter Potamus with time travel, but I forgot who I teamed them up with. I think I teamed them up with Adam Strange. I can't remember because that one wasn't as flushed out, but I wrote notes. I got to look at my notes. And that was definitely a time travel one where he would go back in the DC universe and see different characters and bring out the classics. That was a good one. But that one didn't even get discussed. Swig for the working man. Mark Van Slyke says, classic cartoon. Yeah, it is. Eric C. Martin said, don't forget another ripoff. Don't forget another ripoff. Oh, the Battle Beyond the Stars. Oh, for Star Wars. Oh, man, my comments are really far away because I went and talked about Clone Wars for a while. Yeah, Battle Beyond the Stars was probably the best Star Wars ripoff. The best, cheesiest one. That's the one I remember going to theater. And it wasn't Molly Ringwald in that one. I remember that's the first time I saw Molly. Or she was the girl from Facts of Life. And then I saw her in the movie and thought, hey, that's the girl from Facts of Life. Now she's in there and she had her sides of her head cut short. The sides of her heads cut short. That's what I said. You heard me right. The sides of her heads cut short. Really, she had a buzz cut on the sides. Not Yoga Hosers. Yoga Hosers is awful too. That movie sucks real bad. I'll never watch that again. I watched it and it was just stupid. It didn't hurt my feelings, but I don't know, what's he doing? What's he trying to do? Kevin Smith's got an awesome talent. And I love it because he's indie. He's an indie producer. He does the movies he wants. But you have to, I don't know, you don't release a movie that's not finished. Go back and rewrite it. Work at it a little more. I love Clerks. Clerks is there. Clerks is not in the same room as those other movies, but it's in a room down the hallway, you know. And it comes out and pokes his head. I remember me, and I'm like, oh, I remember you, and I bring it some cake or something. But he would. I liked his movies. I like Mallrats. I liked Dogma. I liked Chasing Amy. I liked them all. They were good. They were indie movies, and I like them for that feel. But the one where they stole the monkey, that was okay. But that movie was The Turn. When that movie showed up, I forgot what that one was. Jay and Bob Strike Back, maybe? That one showed up and it just, it turned. Every movie after that got silly. I like Clerks 2. It was okay. It was just a regular movie. It's just watching a regular movie. And my favorite part of Clerks 2 was the dance scene. When they were singing with Michael Jackson dance, that was really fun. And it felt like a John Hughes fun summer movie that wasn't real serious. And it just set up the characters. And I like how they went to jail. Spoiler. They went to jail at the end and they found out that they're the happiest if they just buy the store, buy the Quickie Mart. And when I think about it, that's the same ending as 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men realized, Ashton Kutcher realized he can't get these people out of his house, and what makes him happy is having these people in his house, so why not just keep them there? That's exactly the same ending of Clerks 2, because they realized, why not just buy what we talk, let's just buy it and become that what made us happy. See, it's the same exact ending. That's so weird. See the influences. But I like Clerks 2. I like it. It's okay. But ever since that middle one, with they had the girl steal the monkey and they had to go under the lasers and stuff, that one got a little silly and off the rails, kind of. It got where the movies that came before it were very based in real life reality. Then that one went a little cartoony, and then he went into that world. He stayed there. And Dogma was a little cartoony too, but you have the power of God and evil and stuff, so it was acceptable. Because God will show you his power when you need to see it. Okay? It's like seeing ghosts. No one else could see it. If you see a ghost, you have that experience. That's yours. If you choose to tell people, then it's up to you. But that's what happened with that. He chose to show his power in front of these 5 or 6 people. But after Yoga Hosers, I don't really care to watch. And he made that movie Tusk. I think it was Tusk. I didn't get to watch it. I didn't really care. It wasn't interesting. But then, to me anyway. But then he made that one called, I think it was called Red State. And I liked that one. I can't remember what it was, but I remember I watched it, knew it was Kevin Smith, and I liked it. And I like to enjoy this cop-out movie, even though that movie was real silly and everyone hates it. But I enjoyed that too. So he has the potential and the talent and the visions to do good things. But sometimes the inside jokes are too inside, and you have to appeal to that kid in Utah who doesn't know you. And that's what I would like to see from Kevin Smith movies. Man, my rants are crazy. People are yelling at me. I know it. You're dumb, Balthazar. Oh, Mark Van Slyke, did I ever watch the Dora Explorer movie? It's not Pulp Fiction, but still. Yeah, it's okay. Not everything has to be the best movie ever. I enjoy raw and hurt movies. But one of my favorite movies is that movie where the kid delivers the pizza with the anchovies on it, and he delivers a pizza to his mom. And, well, when the ladies would order extra anchovies, that means they want to hire him for his services, sexy stuff. So, but he ends up getting chased from all the ex-husbands and the boyfriends and the mean guys all chase him at the end. That's one of my favorite movies. And it's not an award-winning movie. It's not a great movie. I don't even know who directed it. I don't know any of those things about that movie. But movies like that, I really like it. I really like that movie. Swig for the Working Man. I also like the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie, even though it's real dumb, but I like it. So I like Wolverine Origins. There's a lot of movies that are not good, but I enjoy them. So I did not watch Dora the Explorer yet, but I want to. And I know when I watch that, I'm going to enjoy it because I'm anticipating watching it. And I know it's not good because I heard all the reviews, and that actually helps me enjoy the movie more when people say the reviews were not good. And I know that's going to be a movie that's for families and possibly for 6-year-old kids. So it's going to be corny, it's going to be good, and it's a lot like those Jumanji movies are like that. Those new Jumanji movies, they're family entertainment and going in there knowing that you'll be okay. Don't expect an epic thing. I enjoyed Jumanji too with The Rock and that other guy, the short guy, the fat guy, and the girl. I can't remember their names. What's Jason Mason? I was thinking about the clone situation while watching the show today. Although the Jedi are always concerned about wasting life. Yeah. Where are you going to spoil? I'm not going to spoil. But Jason H says, I just watched the Farmer episode. It was a good one. Yeah, that's the last one I saw. I just saw the Farmer episode. And oh, he also says, Jason May also says, the Emperor is kind of running both sides the whole time. I agree with everything you're saying. Oh, thanks, man. I've been thinking all the same things. Been drawing and watching it. Yeah, man. Oh, I didn't really realize that. Yeah, the Emperor is running both sides. He doesn't care about the... See, that's better. He doesn't care about the clones. He's creating them to build his army, and they're sacrificial. You're right, man. Oh, my God. I didn't think about it that way. It just got better. It is really good, man. And I didn't realize that. It feels like good versus evil, and the Jedi are the good guys, but they're really not. And the Emperor sums it up now when he says their dogmatic, one-sided view of the Jedi. Yeah, you're right, man. And Jason says, I was wondering if it was what your family was watching. I don't think I'd watch it again either. About the, oh, he's replying to Jason. Yeah, he's replying. Jason May's replying to himself. Yeah, I'm watching the Clone Wars with the boys. They're watching it with me. And Jason May also says, Jay and Bob Strike Back, yeah. Yeah. Mario says Clerks 2 was the best last movie. Right. That's what it. But it's not over. I guess it's of those characters, right? But now he made a new one. I didn't see the new one where they return. Jay and Silent Bob Return. I forget what it's called. The sequel or Infinity War or something like that. Swig for Jason May and Mario. Jason May says these are epic rants. Yeah, man, that's cool. Well, I'm caught up. Let's see. Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, is that what it is with the Pizza Boy? Yeah, that's a good one. Loverboy is the name of the pizza flick. Oh, Loverboy. Johnny Logan says Loverboy. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I like that movie a lot. That's really fun. And I like movies like that. And there's movies when they come up, I know I watch them, and I don't care what part of the movie it is. I just really like that movie. Yeah, Jason May and Johnny Logan are in agreement. That's the one, brother. Mm-hmm. Swig for the working man. My mug actually matches my outfit today. Matches the hat. I'm going to have another swig. Yeah, I kind of knew that the Emperor Palpatine was running both sides. It's weird how to do that. How to get everyone to beat themselves, to destroy themselves until you come out on top and there's no one left to rule because you eliminated them all. That's a good... Yeah, that's good stuff. I want to watch it now. All right, let's see. Johnny Logan says, Jay and Silent Bob reboot actually allows Jay to grow up a little. Oh, does it? I'll see that eventually. But I don't want to pay to see it. I want to wait till it comes across my viewing page. I always got to catch up. I get bubbles. Here it is. Because I'm shouting a little bit to make sure the camera hears me. If I get real low, can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me when I talk like this? Right, maybe. Possible. I'm going to talk regular. Jason Mason, I'm getting a Mask vibe from your boy's music, right? Oh, that cartoon, The Mask? Yeah, he never saw that, but he does really good. And I asked him one time if he ever heard of Stevie Wonder, and he sat there and smiled. And he just looked at me and went, yeah. And I said, because I hear a lot of influence in some of his background music with Stevie Wonder. But he's real cool. He's making another one, but right now he's my boy is applying for scholarships and he's getting things. He's getting free education right now. So he's he just finished junior year, so he's going to go into senior, but he's applying for colleges now, and it's really cool. I'm glad that he's into it. He's into it. He's doing these things, and he's making videos for another college. I think it's in Connecticut. It's like a dance college. He's making some videos for them, working on it, and he did a real cool video, and they wanted changes, and I saw what it did to him. He goes, oh, they want changes. So he experienced the first editor nitpick. And he said the changes are going to make me go back. It's a few hours. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens. When it's somebody else's thing and they hire you to do it, you got to do it. And he even said, I wish I didn't take this job. Said, no, just get through it. You'll get it. You'll get through it, and then you'll have it, and it'll be on your resume, and you'll have that video forever. It's like, look what I've done. So I'm trying to encourage him. But it's frustrating. I get it, like the creative process. When you're done doing something that you truly love and you're into, and then the company or the editor or whatever, the corporate entity says, all right, change all this, change this, take out our boob window, whatever it is. You know, so he's experiencing that, which was kind of cool, but I felt it in my heart. That's my boy, yeah, like that. You'll get through it. You just got to do it. You guys knew what that meant. Oh, Johnny Logan says that Jay and Silent Bob is free on Amazon. But I need to get Amazon Prime. I don't have the Prime. Amazon Prime. The only streaming ones I have is Netflix, Disney Plus. That's it. And I got YouTube TV. I watch that's regular TV, where I get to watch baseball games and boxing and the news and stuff. And Big Bang Theory. I've been watching Big Bang Theory. I'm on season 2. That's a really good show to watch to get through. It's very breezy. I don't have to look at the screen because Sheldon's very funny. And I haven't seen a lot of those episodes, which is really cool. And I've never been a TV guy who sits down and watches TV shows since I'm in my early 20s because, well, mostly because in most of my life between when I moved out of my mom's house, it was like 23. So from 23 to 37, I usually didn't have a TV because I was poor. And, well, maybe not that much. Maybe around 30, about 3-4 years in a row. I was just very poor. I didn't care about TV because I wasn't home to watch it. And I missed, it kind of started when Friends started and Seinfeld. I missed a lot of those. I was in school or working, and I missed a lot of Big Bang Theory just because, probably because I had babies and stuff. But now that with all the streaming, I'm able to watch all these shows that I missed. And I miss a lot of Frasier. I saw some, but you just catch them like when you're eating dinner or something, you put it on and you watch it. But now that they're streaming, I could watch them all, and they're really cool. They're really good shows. I like Big Bang Theory, and I saw 2.5 Men, saw the whole thing. And then I watched Frasier. I saw the whole Frasier thing. I saw all of Cheers. I saw all of Seinfeld. I saw all of Jennifer Aniston's movie show. That's what they should call it, the Jennifer Aniston show. But that was good. But Ross, I want to choke him. Hi. When you binge watch that, he's so irritating. That show was definitely not meant to binge watch because it feels very. You get mad at the characters. I do anyway. I get mad at. There's so many times with Ross, all he had to do was say, "I love you, Rachel. Please stay. I love you. I can't live without you." But he won't say that. He's just dumb. Hi, and she goes, Ross. Hi, Ross. And then Joey, he does that all the time. He always does that. And then Phoebe, oh. It's like I know all their tropes. I get all their tropes when I'm watching it. It doesn't go away. Take a swig for you guys. So I'm catching up on lots of TV, which is fun. Because ever since iPads and phones and stuff like that, the family doesn't watch TV together on the big screen on the TV unless it's something eventful. Like everyone watches TV and movies at their own pace. Like my daughter was watching Into the Spider-Verse on her phone with her headphones. She's sitting there watching it with that little pop thing on the back so it fits in her hand. She's watching it like this. And I said, you want to watch that on a big screen? She goes, no, I like it like this. Okay. And then I always see the Netflix, someone signed in, and I see the kids watching on their laptops in their rooms. So it's real different feeling now. When I was a kid, here it goes the old guy, right? When I was a kid, we would watch Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and Three's Company, and whatever came on after that. That fourth spot always changed. But I think it was like Too Close for Comfort or Night Court or stuff like that. And I think Cheers ended up there. Or I forget. But every Tuesday night, the Fonz was coming on at 7 o'clock. So the family gathered. Happy Days was on. So it became an event. It was what you did on Tuesdays. You watched Happy Days on Tuesdays. And then Monday, you watched Monday Night Football. And that was just the thing that was on. But now, and we only had 3 channels, of course. But that's my old guy, right? We only have 3 channels. And there's no devices. The only device is the TV. So, and those phones, the phone was on the wall. So it's a real different era in family time. So everyone's watching. There's 14 shows going on, but nobody's watching them on our big screen TV. My wife will sit and watch videos on her phone. And everyone has phones and devices and Bluetooth or iPads and laptops. But when I watch TV, well, I watch them too. I could say I do the same thing. I watch it on this screen, but I work on this screen. So I got the double screen going on, and I watch it with my headphones. And so TV has become very personal. It's no longer a bonding, gathering room full of family experience. It became an individual experience. Watching movies has become very individual. Except for opening night at the theater to going to see the Avengers, a group thing. But after that first week, there's like 2 people in the theater. So it's really, it's became personal. It's kind of like music. When you buy a CD, or a CD, you don't even buy CDs. You download them from iTunes or something, or SoundCloud. You listen to it because you enjoy it, and you listen to it through headphones, and it goes into your head. You no longer play the songs so the whole house could clean the house to this music or make lunch to this music. And now that when that happens, it seems like people say, "Oh, can you turn the music off?" And like when I was a kid, my parents would play Motown, and the music was on. We would hear the Four Tops and Temptations and Diana Ross. They were singing, and nobody would ever tell anyone, "Can you please turn the music off?" And I was into what my family was playing. My mom and dad would play Motown, and then they would play Elvis and Beatles, and Billy Joel snuck in there, and then evolved into Journey and all these songs. And the White Sox were on the radio every night, and it filled up the house. So now when people watch things, it's like they find their own way. They sit down on their own by themselves, and it's real different experience. I'm not disappointing with the experience, but that's what it evolved into. I'm accepting it. So when I went upstairs on Sunday, and I came across the baseball game, the World Series from 1979 with the Pirates, and I put it on. People started gathering around me because Daddy's here. He's not working today. He's not on his computer watching stuff with his headphones. He's not isolated watching his individual personal movie, you know? So I made that home experience, but the weirdest part was like everyone was in the room, but most people were on their own devices watching their own thing. But we were in the room together. And then after that game, we watched the Cubs win the World Series game. And that's when everyone started paying attention. Oh, is this when the Cubs won? And now the headphones came off and they all started watching. So it was really cool to see that. So I realized that the time of Happy Days is on, or Sanford and Son is on, or it's not a thing anymore. Nobody rushes home to catch the Fonz at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. They don't do it. It's not what exists anymore. So it's really I don't know what the word is. You kind of want those times, but that was that time. But now time is headphones and little tiny screens and sitting in a couch, sitting in bed watching stuff. So I don't know. We won't get that time back unless electricity goes away and the only thing available is your one TV. No, I don't want that to happen. I don't know. It's weird. It's just an adapting time. It's kind of like when your parents say, "Why don't you call me anymore?" And then you say, "Well, I don't call anybody. I text now. Why don't you text me, Mom?" You know, and then it's like it goes down the line. The kids do the cool stuff. Instagram gets it first, and then maybe that Sidewinder. What's it called? Snapchat, not Sidewinder. Snapchat will get stuff first. Then Instagram will get stuff. Then it'll go to Twitter, and then finally, where all the parents are, Facebook will get it. And then once Facebook goes and gets things, then it becomes the regular. It's kind of like when the kids, rappers start stuff. They say the bomb in their video, and then the kids start saying the bomb, and then it gets on Jerry Springer, and then he says the bomb, and then eventually, when your mother or your grandmother says that movie was the bomb, you know that phrase is done. It's worn out. It's played out. It's gone. It's part of the vernacular of Americana, and you know that's when things are normal. And I think bootylicious was Beyonce made that word up. Again, it started in a song, and then it was ingrained in the culture. Now it's in a dictionary. It has a meaning, bootylicious. So stuff like that happens. So I know that when your mom and dad tell you, you don't call me anymore, it's because nobody calls anybody. And people text, hey, can I call you in an hour? I'm free. Like, yes. But I hate to use the phrase, but I'm not going to use it. Way back when. That's a better phrase than back in the day. Way back when. Because back in the day started in a rap song. With back in the day when we used to be a kid again. Remember that song? I heard that in the late 80s, 90s. And now people say it. Now my mom says it. Back in the day. So you know it evolves. A little phrase will stick and grow and eventually make it to your to your mother and the grandparents and become normal. So anyway, we're living in times now where grandparents are finally evolving and they're getting phones and they're texting and they're online. And guess what? My phone never rings either. So that's a long explanation to get to a point. So you know that you're normal when when the older generation is texting you and emailing you rather than sitting by their phone that's attached to the wall waiting for it to ring, because it never rings. It used to ring 20 times a day. You used to run home from school hoping that girl would call you, you know, and then it never happens and you're waiting. You don't want to leave the house because somebody might call. Then you get an answering machine and then you come home like, I can't wait to check my messages, and there's like no messages. Or there's one message, beep, your mom like, why don't you call me? I'm like, oh. So that's what we're living now. And I realize it, and we accept it, that if you take away screens from everybody, they would be miserable. And happiness is compatible to the digital age. And this is all because of Star Wars and Pulp Fiction. I blame them. Because before Pulp Fiction, before Star Wars, there was no internet. There was phones on the wall. There was Happy Days at 7. When Pulp Fiction showed up, we had cell phones. Star Wars Clone Wars, you could watch Star Wars now on your tiny screen. So those movies have evolved with us. Okay, guys. You guys are going to hate me now. All right, let me take a swig, and I'm going to read some comments. All right, let's see. That was a good rant. Our kids watch at their leisure as well. Yeah, that's what people do now. But we've been watching all the MCU flicks lately, a few times a week. That's nice. Yeah, it's cool when people could gather, and you can't announce it. Movie time, people are like, "Aw." You just have to put something on and just sit there and give everyone a little bowl of chips or something, and then they'll come join and we'll watch. And it's just fun. I tried it with Stranger Things, but it didn't stick. But my daughter went and watched the whole thing on her own. And so that's happening. That happens. But I love it when you could just watch a done-in-one kind of thing. And it's awesome. Oh, Jimmy's here. Jim Salicrup. Speaking of friends, since Matt LeBlanc's show Man with the Plan follows young Sheldon, they should have called it Old Old Joey. Maybe it wouldn't have got canceled. Yeah, people know him as Joey. They should have called it Joey. And he should have had a son that was like him. See, we should write this thing. He should have had a son that was like him and a daughter who was like the girls he dated. And it would have been really cool. He would have struggled with that. And then a wife who would, I don't know if he should have had it would have been if he had a second wife. And those were the stepkids. That would have been good. See, there was more depth to that. Old Joey would have been a better. That's what you want, Old Joey. Even at Kevin James' show, they got rid of his wife and brought that the wife from the old show in there. King of Queens, didn't they trade out the wife and brought the wife from the other show because that's what people wanted to see? See, it's like watching Happy Days without Richie Cunningham. You need him. Show's going to end. It's like taking Charlie Sheen out of 2.5 Men. No, it's not gonna. It's gonna go. It's gonna be a different show. All right. The Mandalorian. Jason Mason. The Mandalorian brought back It's Friday. Yes, that is true. That did it. And the Mandalorian. The bad thing about it is we're working in this, you know, creative industry. We're very active online. So if we go anywhere, that Mandalorian's going to get spoiled. So what I have to do when the Mandalorian comes out, I have to sit here in my own private area with the headphones and watch it before anyone does, before I even get to work. And then I can enjoy it and then nothing's spoiled. But with the Mandalorian, what we've been doing is watching it every Saturday morning. If we don't watch it Friday night, out of breath, we watch it we watch it Saturday morning. But yeah, you're right, man. That one really did it. But it the girls dropped off. My wife saw it and he goes, "No, I get it." She leaves, and my daughter's like, "I'll watch a little bit," but then she watches it on her phone. We watch, so she's there, but the boys stick, and I don't know what that is. People say Star Wars is for everybody. I go, that's true, but not all girls like it. So I have proof in my house. They leave. I put Star Wars and the girls leave and the boys stay. So I don't know what that is. I'm not making a commentary. That's just what happens here in the Baltazar house. But yeah, I think that oh cool, you watch with your daughter. That's cool. She sticks. It sticks. My kids watch my daughter stuck for a few of them, but when we marathon it, she doesn't get out of it. Or she doesn't care so much. She likes Baby Yoda, but that's why he's in there. Jason Mason, this is getting deep, Art. Yeah. It is deep, man. I've been talking for over an hour now. It's getting deep, man. But yeah, if you guys could find something to watch on the big screen in your living room with the family, that's quite a goal to achieve. And I didn't know that the Cubs World Series game would do it for me this weekend, but it did it. Oh, I hear music coming up from upstairs. I didn't know why that would. I didn't know that game would have done it, and I'm very grateful that it did. And it brought everyone together. We made popcorn. A whole bit happened. Popcorn happened. Sandwiches happened. We ordered chicken wings. All kinds of stuff happened, and it was really fun. And that was probably the best day of the week thus far. Because right now, everyone's doing their own thing. My wife's at work. She's very essential. And my older son is upstairs using the kitchen as a dance studio because he needs space to dance. Gordy's up there probably making videos, applying for scholarships. Audrey's doing her Zoom learning, and I'm here just about to get my famous cartoonist schedule into motion. So it's already 1 o'clock. Well, guys, I got to start drawing comics till 2 a.m. now. And I handed in some stuff yesterday, which I hope the editor is very proud. But I am moving along, trying to do these things. And let's see if you guys can see the light of my screen. Watch the blue. Did you see it? No, it's not on yet. Here it comes. There it is. Oh, it's not bright enough. I got the blue tint. Here's the string. I'm going to start drawing on that in a few minutes. Yeah. Some swig. I got more comments coming in. D. Brad says he asks girls they watch Star Wars with you. Cool, man. That's very cool. My girl watches some and then she leaves. My wife leaves automatically. So I don't know what that's about. But you got to keep them, man. When they're kids, like it'll spark their creativity. They love Clone Wars. Cool, man. I put Clone Wars on, but nobody stuck around. Me and the boys. The boys do. And Garrett's back. Hello, Garrett. Jim Salicrup. If Gilbert had his own show, that would be what they call Destination TV. It would be. When people must watch it when it first appears. Right. They must watch it when it first appears. Let's work. I'm going to work on that, man. I have a lot of stories. We should make a half-hour TV episodes. That'd be cool. We should just start doing it. Just start making storyboards and pitch it. It'll happen. This week for the working man. Garrett says, what's up? Garrett, I said a lot of stuff, man. You missed it. You got to go back and watch the video again after I'm done here. Because I'm about to finish up. So I gotta eat something. I have to get into this and just start going. I have to roll up the sleeves and get into it. Take off the hat, get real close, put the headphones on. I'm gonna binge stream Big Bang Theory, because that one gets me going. I don't have to look at the screen. That's why I watch That's why I watch the same shows over and over, because I can just listen to them and I know what's happening. And Mario says, you gotta sling tacos. Gotta sling tacos heading out. Thanks for talking outside. Thanks, Mario. It is Taco Tuesday. I should text my wife and let her know, because she's excited about that. Jason Mason, good luck, RDB. Thanks, man. Thanks, Jason. You're a good man. Keep doing your cartooning. I love watching. You had some videos. I would watch those too. I'd always watch them when they weren't live, so maybe you didn't know I was watching them, but I am. I'm keeping an eye on you. You're a good man. I love all you draw. Yeah. And Garrett says, Gilbert was pretty awesome. I read it and loved it. Thanks, man. And, yeah, Gilbert 2 is out there too. Gilbert issue 2. Gilbert 3 will be done pretty soon. I just finished page 51, I think it was. And are you bringing back the painting live videos? Yes, I wanted to do a painting video Saturday, but I was too tired. I was hurting because I stood up too late on Friday. Friday, I went 20 hours without sleep. And Saturday, I didn't sleep quite enough. I woke up early because I had things to do. And it just messed me up. I wasn't in the mood to paint live. But yeah, I'm planning on doing one this weekend. I'm also going to be on a show on Sunday. I'm going to be on Collector's Dungeon show, talking about toys, probably my career, why I'm into Migos, and I'm working on showing holding up some of my custom figures. Man, I can't take a breath. I'm showing my custom figures, and it's the Count Stankus show, and it's on Collector's Dungeon, and he has a YouTube channel, and he's really cool, and he's a real cool toy guy, vintage toy guy, does stuff like that, and I'm going to be on there Sunday. I don't know what time yet, but it should be live on Facebook. And eventually, it might be live at YouTube at the same time as well. But that's going to be real fun. And I'm going to have a busy weekend. And, yeah, so painting. I should be painting on Saturday. Hopefully around 2 or 3 o'clock. Mario says, I work at a restaurant. Oh, that's why you're slinging tacos. I thought you were making them home so you could eat. Yeah, man, do your thing. Be safe. And, serve them up well. D. Brad says, bye, Art. All right, D. Brad, have a good time. I have a YouTube channel called Garrett Whitaker. Oh, cool, man. I got to check that out. And Arnell says, Keen, my brothers. Thank you for watching me. I have to go do my things and get to business. Roll the sleeves up and get to work. You guys are awesome. I'll see you when I see you. And when you see me, you can follow me when you see me. And, be nice to each other. Love each other. Look for family time. And watch good things. I'm going to try to watch more Clone Wars so I could tell more things to you. But be nice to each other. And I'll see you next time on Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. Okay, bye-bye.